Hey guys, it's Kenzie. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm giving you guys a bookshelf tour, like I promised in my previous reorganizing video that I made for you guys. But yeah, let's hop into it. Alright, so I decided that this is my Percy Jackson shelf, and I'm just going to share with you guys what's exactly on this shelf, item to item. First, we have my Camp Half-Blood Confidential. Then the first series, first edition books, The Lightning Thief, The Sea of Monsters, The Titan's Curse, The Battle of the Labyrinth, and The Last Olympian. Plus my Percy Jackson mug with all the 7 on it, plus Nico and Reyna. Moving over, we have the Heroes of Olympus series, The Lost Hero, The Son of Neptune, The Mark of Athena, The House of Hades, and The Blood of Olympus, plus a magnet that I got from Owl Crate that says, if my life is going to mean anything, I have to make it my own. Next, we have the second edition of the first series, so that's all the same books, just the new covers and spines. Then we have the Son of Poseidon Bath Salts from Owl Crate. We then have the Percy Jackson Mad Libs, which I got for Christmas, which I love. Then we have the Percy Jackson and the Olympians, The Ultimate Guide. Percy Jackson and the Olympians, The Demigod Files. The Heroes of Olympus, The Demigod Diaries. And then Percy Jackson in German. Next, we have 2 pins from the Magnus Chase signing that I went to, plus a candle that scented The Dreaming Tree from an Owl Crate box. Behind everything, we have my Percy and Annabeth painting and my Lightning Thief the Musical poster, which is signed, plus a poster that I got when I bought the second edition of the first novels. The next shelf is the rest of my Rick Riordan books, minus the Trials of Apollo books, because my sister is currently reading them, and I lent them out to her. We have the Percy Jackson's Greek Gods, Percy Jackson's Greek Heroes, the Lightning Thief, 10th Anniversary Barnes & Noble's edition, the Sword of Sumer, the Hammer of Thor, the Ship of the Dead, the Red Pyramid, the Throne of Fire, and the Serpent's Shadow. Moving on to the next bookshelf, we have my Leigh Bardugo shelf, which consists of the signed edition of The Language of Thorns, the signed edition of Six of Crows, my non-signed edition of Six of Crows, and my signed edition of Crooked Kingdom. Then we have her Shadow and Bone series, which consists of The Shadow and Bone, Siege and Storm, Ruin and Rising. And then I also have 2 pins that say Mermaid and Monster that I got at her signing, plus my Six of Crows coasters that I made and my Inej Funko Pop that I made. My next shelf consists of the Lunar Chronicles and then some of the other fantasy retellings that I have. There's The Fairest by Marissa Meyer, Cinder, Scarlet, Cress, and Winter by Marissa Meyer, Cruel Beauty and Crimson Bound by Hodge, A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas, and Hunted by Megan Spooner. And then we have my Rapunzel Funko Pop. Moving on to the next shelf is kind of my contemporary shelf. We have My Life Next Door by Huntley Fitzpatrick, The Sky is Everywhere by Jandy Nelson, The Nerdy and the Dirty by R.J. Gottsford, I think, Under the Lights by Abby Glines, Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell, and The Sun is Also a Star by Nicola Yoon. Then we have Foolish Hearts by Emily Mills, Don't Touch by Wilson, Stargirl by Jerry Spinelli, The Little Prince, Ida B, and Chopsticks. And we also have my new Luna Lovegood Funko Pop. On this shelf we have more retellings, almost, kind of. First we have the first 3 books of the Outlander series by Diana Gabaldon, which consists of Outlander, Dragonfly and Amber, and Voyager. Then we have Grimm's Complete Fairy Tales, Wild Beauty, Rose and Thorns, Tender Morsels, The Beast is an Animal, The Bear and the Bear and the Nightingale. On my next shelf we have kind of like a realistic dystopian kind of thing going on, I don't even know. We have The Host and the Chemist by Stephanie Meyer, Carve the Mark by Victoria Roth, The Thousandth Floor, Shatter Me by Tahara Mafi, Passenger by Alexander Bracken, Before She Ignites, And I Darken by Kirsten White, and Pegasus, the Flame of Olympus. Moving on to my next shelf, we have the Assassin's Heart, the Glass Arrow, Jacoby, Three Dark Crowns, Falling Kingdoms, The Princess and the Captain, the Gentleman's Guide to Vice and Virtue, and behind the Gentleman's Guide is the Glittering Court. Next we have my more historically correct shelf, which contains Irish fairy tales and folk tales, the Song of Achilles, the Edith Hamilton Mythology Edition, Nobody's Princess, SPQR, Cleopatra, I, Ripper by Dr. Stephen Hunter, Stalking Jack the Ripper, The Man Who Became Caravaggio, Elizabeth the Queen, Diana, Her Life and Legacy, The History of the Mafia. The rest of these books are not technically on my bookshelf, but these started out being my TBRs, and then I realized that I had a theme going in color, so I just continued it. First we have A Quiet Kind of Thunder by Sarah Bernard, Zenith by Sasha Ellsberg and Lindsay Cummings, This Mortal Coil, The Knife of Never Letting Go by Patrick Ness, Me and the Devil by Nick Tosches, The Girl in 6E by A.R. Torr, Radio Silence by Alice Osman, A Reliable Wife. Then we have The Bone Season by Samantha Shannon and The Mime Order by Samantha Shannon. Next we have Caraval by Stephanie Garber, Close Your Eyes, Hold Hands by Chris Bojalian, Misery by Stephen King. Then we have Blood of Wonderland by Colleen Oakes, and The Appearance of Annie Van Sinderen by Catherine Howe. And since I didn't have any more room on my shelves and on my windowsill, I grabbed a basket of mine and put some books in it. This basket contains Sally Green's Half-Blood trilogy, which consists of Half-Blood, Half-Wild, Half-Lost, The Glass Castle, The Eternal Ones, Nevernight by Jay Kristoff, The Wild Rose by Jennifer Donnelly, The Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas, The Glass Spare, and then in the back there's Alice in Wonderland High, Dorminia, and then Out of the Easy behind Alice in Wonderland High. In my next basket, yeah, I had to use two, these are all the books I plan on taking home the next time I go back, and those consist of The Hidden Oracle by Rick Riordan, The Dark Prophecy by Rick Riordan, The Book Thief, The Rose and the Dagger, Bedrock Faith, Persuasion, and The Miraculous Journey of Edward Tulane. Plus, I have 3 school magazines of short stories behind everything else. I'm taking these books home either because I don't want to read them, or for example, the Trials of Apollo series my sister wants to read, and The Rose and the Dagger, I have the first book at home, and so I haven't read it, so I really don't see why I should have the second book here. And that is it for the bookshelf tour. Thank you guys so much for watching. It's been a pleasure. I'm so happy with these new bookshelves. I love how I organize them, even if half of it doesn't make sense. Mainly, I'm just really in love with my Percy Jackson shelf. And that's all I need in my life, is a great Percy Jackson shelf to make my day. But please make sure to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe. Thank you guys so much. Bye!